by a town board who was influenced by the developer or had direct conflict of interest with current or future financial gain from the amendment. I request the Attorney General investigate these serious and very concerning business practices from Baron Wynn's LLC along with the actions of the prior Cohocton Town Board. Their actions do not align with the Town Board prime objective of protecting the health and safety of the community of Cohocton. I intend to share this complaint with the DPS administrative law judges responsible for certificate of environmental compatibility and public need with conditions by the New York State Board on Electric Generation Siting and the Environment, the Siting Board, under case 19E0122. Thank you for your consideration. Sincerely, Chad Ziegenfuss. I would add to that what we now absolutely do know that was done incorrectly is that the town board took lead agency status. They never declared themselves lead agency, and then you have to notify involved agencies. The involved agencies that I know would have been involved would have been Ags and Market, definitely, and the DEC. Other than that, I don't know because I haven't done the research on that, but those two would have definitely been notified. The rest of those facts are, I mean, substantiated by written documents that he's cited in there, that there is no way the town board met and discussed the EAF in an open meeting. There are just no minutes of any meeting existing anyplace. If they are, somebody needs to produce them. I think that it was not done correctly, and I think we are open to it being litigated. I would like to see the law being done over correctly by either the planning board or this board taking lead agency status and doing it correctly. That's my feeling.
What's the first step? Do we repeal local law number 4 of 2019?
You would have
I beg pardon, I'm gonna have to move up front, I apologize, I'm terribly hard of hearing at the
What?
moment. I'm sorry?
What's the first move? Do we repeal local law number 4 of 2019?
That's up to the town board, of course. I prepared a draft of a local law that would do that, local law number 1 of 2020. And it's pretty short and sweet. The first section says that local law number 4 of 2019 is repealed. And then the next section reiterates and confirms that the maximum height of a commercial wind turbine in the town will be 500 feet and not 650.
Didn't we do 550 because of up here? Didn't they get a special use permit for up there?
500 feet is the
500.
law.
All right, then let me ask you this. It's already in the hands of the Attorney General.
I'm sorry?
It's already in the hands of the Attorney General to see if anything was misappropriated, right? That's what this letter's for, and also it was given to the siting board, who also has to review Baron Wynn's modification to 623 feet or 25 feet,
650.
correct?
650.
Correct?
No,
The siting board has to redo the application.
they're not doing it. Baron Wynn's filed with the siting board, if you follow the case on the Public Service Commission website, which anybody can do. They, after their attorney Moscato sat there and told you they would be reviewing everything. They have moved to say that it's only a modification and they are not redoing these studies.
So, here you have just said, or Mr. Ziegenfuss, and I never saw him at any public hearing. I don't remember him being here
He
at
was
all.
here.
And he never spoke.
Yeah, he did.
And you are claiming that Mr. Johnson went to his attorney and had Baron Wynn write this up, write up our local law.
No, I'm not claiming that at all.
That's
What
what
I'm
he's
saying is
claiming.
that the town board, when did you meet and discuss the seeker? At an open meeting?
When we had the public hearing.
No, it was already prepared.
It
You
was-
got it that
But
you.
it was there, that's what, that the seeker
No,
was there.
the town board was the lead agency. They had to prepare that document. They had to look at the facts to back up what they were saying.
And they had all the documentation that came to the board, and that's
Where
what
did
he
it come
said.
from?
It came from, Baron Wynn, who
No.
was their head.
They weren't the lead agency. The town board had to
They
do that.
provided to the town board, Judy,
That isn't how it works.
that 230, but they prepared it for us.
But you never discussed it. You never did any research. Where are the documents that you looked at to answer those
I
questions
could
about?
clarify this, the seeker regulations are absolutely clear about what has to happen. First, a lead agency needs to be designated, and in this case, it would have been logical for the town board to have designated itself to be lead agents, because it was the town board that had the ultimate authority to adopt the
And I
local
thought
law.
they did do that.
I've not seen anything where that was.
That they said it, right, is what you're saying, but I thought Tom has said it during, and it might be in, recordings, that the town
It's
board
not.
is the lead agency. So he even thought it didn't have to go to the planning board, but it had to go to the planning board. That's where he made his first mistake, was he didn't realize it had to go to the planning board, because he thought he was the lead, the board was the lead agency.
I'm sorry, he thought, excuse me, he thought what?
He didn't think it had to go to the planning board, and that's why we had to do a different public hearing. They had to set it, because it had to go to the planning board.
That's why the public hearing had to be continued.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the second part, what the seeker regulations also require, again, very clearly, is that it's the lead agency's responsibility to prepare parts 2 and 3 of the EAF. And that wasn't done.
They had the planning board do it, right?
Well, no,
No.
apparently Baron Winds did it and submitted it to, I guess, Jeff Squires, who forwarded it to the county planning board, and at some point it was referred to the town
After
planning
the
board.
planning board had already, the county planning board had already received it long before the
Yeah,
town.
they
planning
received it in early October.
But I've done planning board meetings, that Ray will have his seeker already back from the town.
board.
I
Ray
will do
didn't
that.
do the seeker.
No, that, we're talking about other ones, so that's, I've seen that happen.
See, the advantage to designating the lead agency as early as possible and putting it on the record is, I've seen a little confusion in the letter that Chad wrote,
Because he says,
a bit of confusion as to who is responsible for completing the seeker. Was it the town board or was it the town planning board? Because he makes some references to
the planning board.
planning board completing seeker.
Right, and the planning board giving it to the county, and the planning board.
And by
it does.
designating a lead agency, you make it very clear who's responsible for undertaking the seeker review.
And there's nothing in the minutes that the town board asked the planning board to do the seeker. Because I thought I remember that.
The planning
Not
board did
that I
not
have.
do the seeker.
They do it. The planning board didn't have it, Russ Gray and I both went back through the stuff together. The planning board doesn't have it and I didn't have it, the county had it.
From what I gather from the materials that I've reviewed, the seeker, the full environmental assessment form, which Barron Winds had prepared, was what was referred to the town planning board and the county planning board. So I don't believe the town planning board had anything at all to do
We looked
with,
at
They
it.
with
looked at
preparing
it.
the seeker. Apparently, the town planning board reviewed it
Right.
and had some concerns with it.
Right.
But, right,
But it came from, it was prepared by Barron Winds and somehow referred to both planning boards.
and the way I understand, stood the, what is the AF, EAF? We asked for that, we got that information, but as I stated, it was outdated. It wasn't for that size of a tower, because that's all that's available. There is no other studies.
No.
Now,
There are
and I'd like to go on,
18
now wait a
books
minute.
of studies on
Right.
500-foot turbines that
And
they
I would
did.
like to go on record, and you can take this, that you, Judy, are a wind watch against windmills, and you used to be the attorney, correct me?
Yes,
For wind watch. So now we are back
Not
to
for
square
wind watch.
one, where you have just said that Supervisor Johnson went to the town attorney without the rest of the board. Now I have Supervisor Hall going to the town attorney to write up a resolution to amend the local law.
I have not said that.
You said you
And-
have prepared one.
I'm sorry?
You said you have prepared one.
Well, what I never said was that the previous supervisor went to Jeff Squires to ask him to prepare the local law, and frankly, I don't see anything improper about that.
I don't either, because we've had other attorneys prepare
I mean,
the local
who's going to
laws.
ask him to do it?
We're not talking about
It
the
would
local
logically
law,
be
though.
the supervisor.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have a
But
problem with that.
That was in there.
We're talking about I'm talking about the seeker. You never declared yourself lead agency. You have to notify other involved agencies, which would certainly be Ags and Market. You didn't. When did you meet as a town board and discuss the seeker document and answer those questions? That's what the lead agency does.
Right, and I think they assigned that portion of it to the planning
You
board.
can't assign that portion of it. It is the lead agency's responsibility to take the hard look, and a reasoned elaboration are required for and to support a determination. The one thing SECRA abhors is just checking boxes. This is not a rote process, though at times it may feel as such. The town board never took a hard look, never prepared their sections of the seeker document. The county planning board saw the seeker document before you members of the town board did, and you're on tape at that meeting saying that you only received those documents that day. Well, then how did you prepare them?
I
You
didn't
had-
prepare them.
No, the town
they
board as
prepared.
lead agency had to prepare those documents. Yeah. And they didn't. And a company that is looking to profit and asked for a change in a law, which is not proper to begin with. My feeling is that it was not done correctly, and I would like to see it done correctly. The planning board recommended that there were a lot of things that had to be looked at to raise a turbine height 150 feet, without looking at setbacks, without looking at noise, without looking at shadow flicker. That's my position. this law does not affect one company. This law affects the town and the entire town and anybody else coming into the town also. So then the next wind developer will come in and say, well, now the turbines are 800 feet, so let's amend the law to 800 feet. The process was not done correctly. That's my problem with it. And it was my problem at the public hearing. It was my problem at the town board meetings when I asked over and over again who prepared the documents and never got an answer.
Well, to answer the gentleman's question, what takes place from here, if the town board wants to do that, then someone offers the proposed local law, then I think the town board should declare itself to be lead agency. If there are any other involved agencies, they should be notified of the town board's intention. The proposed law should be referred to both the county planning board and the town planning board. But it's generally a good idea not to do that until the lead agency has completed its seeker review. And then the proposed local law, together with the seeker, the full environmental assessment form, gets submitted to both planning boards for their review. And then at some point, a public hearing would be scheduled, and subsequent to that, the hearing would be closed and a vote taken on the local law.
Or you wait to see what the Attorney General says, or the citing board,
I'm sorry?
or you wait to see what the Attorney General says, if it was misappropriate?
I personally don't think the Attorney General would do anything at all. I'd write back to Mr. Ziegenfuss and say, thank you for your letter, we believe this to be a local matter. That's my guess. I don't know what the Attorney General would do. But this process was not likely to be a quick one. And if the Attorney General should take some kind of an interest in it, I mean, the town board can always put what it's doing on hold and say, well, maybe we should wait for what the Attorney General decides.
So would I make a motion how would you word this, to repeal local law number 4?
To introduce local law number 1 of the year 2020.
And then that would be it. So that would be the motion would be to introduce local law number 1 of 2020?
Yes.
Okay.
As what?
As repealing local law 4, here, I'll let you.
Oh, it's already
Yeah.
written?
Well,